Welcome back to we're gonna unsnip our thoughts. I'd like to still go in the same order so that we can keep the shows separate, so we're not jumping all around. But
that makes sense.
This is gonna be a lot less formal, no voting, just what the hell did we think of, in this case, Garo?
Again, what I said before about Sword, he's really bloody hot. And that's kind of informed my opinion a little bit. It's kind of cool, actually, isn't it?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I think cool only gets you so far. And honestly, I missed Sophie in episodes 2 and 3. I thought she was going to be like the sidekick and stick around, because I thought she was a good balancing influence on Sword.
Well, remember, episodes 2 and 3 are about Luke and, oh man, what's her name?
Gina,
Fujiko.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's okay. I'm okay with that because the next episode, I saw the preview, it's all about Sophie.
Oh, okay. She does come back then. Good.
Yeah, no. Sophie, as you saw, she was still kind of there in the background for, I think, 2, maybe 3. But no, she's obviously was going to come back, and
Yeah, I think I liked episode 2 the least.
Yeah.
Because, so the Sword is fighting. We didn't talk a frick at all during the show proper about what Sword is fighting, which is these horrors, human beings who have given into the darkness and become supernatural monstermens. I was expecting it to be due to some moral failing on their part, like in Berserk. It was not. Dude lost his legs, Olympic runner loses the use of his legs, and while he's, in the depths of despair, the darkness just speaks to him and says, "Hey man, want your legs back?"
Yeah.
So he was not making it's not like the Bailet where it's like, "Yeah, I'll fuck over my closest friends. I'm a horrible monster anyway."
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like that. It made me feel real bad when he turned into a freaky deaky monster and got beaten up and killed.
I agree to a certain extent that sucks, but at that point, here's the thing. Some shows are about the monsters of humanity. Some are just about victims. This is a victim.
Yeah.
And that's the entire point, is that this is classic anime villainy of, it's an evil force that takes over people and then turns them into, the weird thing is, in other anime, though, usually the person's spared after. No such luck here. Once you are infected, you are dead.
I only saw episode 1.
There was a miscommunication. We never told him to watch Garo.
No, he told me and I forgot.
Oh. Hey.
Well, this one will be mostly me and Scott then, and I'm very curious what the hell this organization is that gives them their orders, where Sword's talking motorcycle and tigery robot armor thing comes from.
It's weird. It's not a sequel necessarily in terms of direct follow through, but that is explained in the original. I don't know if they're going to explain much of it here.
Okay.
I suspect that they probably will go into some of the dynamics of things, but I don't need that. I personally don't, because what I'm getting out of this show is something I am not, I am only basically getting out of one other show, which is just enjoyable action with fun characters, and it's my popcorn for this season. And I need a little bit of popcorn because, you know what? Black Clover ain't giving it to me. I expected my shonen show to give me my popcorn, and I'm not getting it.
Yeah, we'll talk about Black Clover, but I don't know. I think I liked episode 3 the most because it's just a heist movie.
Yeah. Oh, episode 3 is great.
Yeah, and like you say, it is that popcorn entertainment, and that one delivers. The other two, the first episode was somewhere in the middle, but because it was the first episode and I didn't know what to expect, it just hits you oh, cool. Look at all this weird dumb shit.
Also, that steak. That meat cake of a steak.
Oh man, that was one of my big notes. Was the food looks amazing.
Yes,
I love when food looks good.
Yeah.
But
also, Sword is a simple man.
Yep.
But I love how he thanks God every time a big pair of tits comes on screen.
Oh yeah, I appreciated that.
Yeah, trust me, that keeps happening.
Okay, good. I was it's just a reminder I'm alive. I still feel something.
Yeah. I like the slapstick in the show when it goes in the 3rd episode, he gets hit by that car, and it's real good.
Oh my God, that's how Gina says hello.
Yeah, and then it turns out that's just how they do. That's not an unusual occurrence. And yeah, that was real great. If we get more of that sort of thing and less of this discount horror bullshit.
Also, Luke is a great offset to, and I hope to see more of Luke. He's kind of like
I found Luke boring as shit.
I'm
I'm the white-haired pretty boy. I don't emote.
You know,
Eat a dick, Luke.
That's fair. That's fair. Although, if I had to be honest with you, this is unfair. I watched a couple episodes dubbed. His dub performance is giving them an edge that I'm actually like. He's being carried by the performance in the American version.
Yeah, no, I think we talked about this a little before, but anything that is simuldub that we can keep current on while watching the dub, I think that's totally permissible.
I mean, yeah. Well, here's the thing with simuldubs, they're at least 1 or 2 weeks after.
Right.
So that's the difficult part there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
not going to happen often, but when it does,
yeah. That being said, the dub's pretty good.
yeah, all right. Or even, you know, if we're keeping up with a show in the subbed version, but as the weeks go on, we want to hop back and go, let's see what this dub sounds like. Yeah, I think that's fine.
I like that.
Yeah, the more perspectives, the better.
Also, as I said before, some of the CG in the show, real good. Sometimes the CG is a little distracting. It's like, okay, cool. We're getting these around the corner and chasing this thing. I could barely make out what was going on from time to time. That's a problem that a lot of these shows have with the CG stuff is that, you know, the action becomes nearly indistinguishable. But that being said, I love his outfit. You know, he barely wears it. We barely see the Garo uniform or the costume, the armor.
Yep.
You rarely see the armor, and I want to see more of it.
That's what the tokusatsu's for.
Yeah.
In the original show.
Yeah.
I think Garo is one of those, it fits in the same category in my mind as, say, Ghost Rider, where I love the imagery, but I would get exactly as much enjoyment seeing it painted on the side of a dude's van.
Ah, that's
get what you
fair. Yeah.
Like, flaming head motorcycle man, that's dope! Oh, there's a story and characters? Nah.
I also love, I wish I remembered the name of the talking hand from Vampire Hunter D, because that's what that ring reminds me of. In a good way. Like, I love, like, a lot of things I've seen this season. A lot of talking, or at least in Kino's journey, there's the talking motorcycle. In this one, he's got the talking ring. I love inanimate talking objects, like, accompanying characters.
Even better when they're not questioned. When everyone's just like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, of course it does. So, any other thoughts on Garo?
I'm looking forward to the next. Okay, I'm curious about the next episode because Sophie's cool enough. The next episode's based on her, like around her. That is.
I hope she has a little more agency then, because I really want to see Sophie's Choice.
Next fucking anime.
Just because.
Okay,
Fuck this show. God damn it.
It is so.
It's
what
boring.
do you like about this?
What are you getting
This is
out
what
of
I've
it?
been waiting for. Is I need to yell at you.
Finally.
What is good about
Finally.
this piece of garbage?
Here and finally, Scott is getting double teamed by us like he always wanted.
Like, it's. I don't remember any names. What do you like about it?
Okay. First of all, let me just let me get the things I don't like about it out of the way.
Okay, fine.
Because
Win
I
us over.
can't take this main character.
He's.
Yeah, well, first let
Yeah.
me get the things I don't like about it out of the way. Literally everything about the show. Okay, now your
cool.
turn.
All right, cool.
I do not like this main character. He is boring. He has no agency. He doesn't want to be there, and I hate these sorts of characters being in the main role. I much more prefer them as side characters because they're so interesting to get involved with. But when you're following them, it's like, oh no, he's the guy I'm supposed to kind of emotionally identify with, and I rarely ever do. I'd rather but meanwhile, I love his friend, the baseball dude.
Sports boy.
Sports Boy was all right.
Yeah, Sports Boy is funny. He's interesting. He's active. He's got a lot of things about him that, I don't know, that I laugh at and I identify with. And he's kind of an idiot, but that's okay because he's not overwhelmingly stupid. He's just eager and doesn't know how to handle a lot of these things. Meanwhile, a character that I'm really up in the air with is the photography girl. Because she can be really funny, but she can also be irritating because she consistently annoys people with her behavior. She's way too Genki for me. But on the other hand, she's also got like so much going on. She's really funny when she is funny. But unfortunately, you also have the two other girls, the love interest for Sports Boy and the love interest for the main character, and they're both like kind of varying degrees of like could be interesting, but unfortunately they're way too either boring or tsundere for my taste, and I don't know. The reason I like the show is because it is a very accurate but also very well told story about a bunch of kids who are nearing the end of high school and don't know what to do with their lives both romantically and professionally, and they're trying to figure that out.
I love that show when it was called Genshiken.
Okay. The Genshiken comparison is only accurate because they're high school students coming to the end of their
right, because Genshiken was good and this is very, very bad. Kieran, what I'm hearing is that next week we're going to need to try and angle to not have any tri-kills, because this is going to get a fuck, and God, I want it to die.
Oh, come on.
I want it to die so bad.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't hate this worse than Black Clover.
I
Okay,
actually do.
Yeah.
Because Black Clover makes me feel an emotion, which is, what the fuck? This makes me feel nothing. I don't, like, you're talking about these people like you've, like, met them, and I have no clue who you're talking about. Like, I got no idea of who anybody is and why I should give a fuck, because I shouldn't. You have to be self-invested, and if you're not self-invested, the show doesn't coax you in, if that makes sense. Like, it's not the show's job to pull you in. It's your job to dive in, and I'm not doing that.
I'd like to read aloud my notes from the third episode.
Okay.
Okay. In total, verbatim, literally nothing happened.
I liked when they went to the aquarium.
That was in the second episode.
I like the fact that the sports boy gets along with her younger brothers.
I'm sad I didn't use the joke. I wanted to say this should have been called instead of Just Because, it should have been called Just Fuck Already. Just Fuck Already, the anime.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like it because it just tells a lot of, like, it's a very human story about a bunch of kids.
Yeah, humans are boring.
Yeah, I guess so.
Guys, let's talk about a story that has no humans and that we can all join together in hating.
Okay.
I feel like we've ganged up on Scott hard enough now.
Oh my God.
Now
Sure,
let's
what?
all gang up on DS Irae.
Oh, yeah, dude.
God.
Holy fuck.
why?
Let me find my notes, because I had some good shit.
Irae, by the way.
Irae, yes. Hey, you know what?
Remember
After this, I'll never have to pronounce it again.
You're right! Unless you're talking about the song. Man, okay, so, again, it just wants to be Hellsing. It desperately wants to be Hellsing, but it's not.
Remember how Hellsing had charismatic characters with a clear dynamic between them from episode 1?
Oh my God. I don't know what. This story is incomprehensible.
Yeah.
Garbage. Why?
Yeah, halfway through, let's see, I have written down, okay, I have no fucking clue what's happening. And then again, I say, I still have no clue. And
No!
then-
Oh man, I felt bad because as I was watching, I thought to myself, am I not paying enough attention?
No, I've rewound shit and watched it over and over. I'm like, is there some thread I'm missing on who is who and why these people are, like, together? No.
Yeah, no,
There
it
isn't.
is. It is such a poorly told story. The through line is completely incomprehensible.
But I assure you, the visual novel's better. I don't care.
Don't give a shit.
No.
I don't give a fuck.
No,
Talk
well-
about what I'm watching now, and I ain't damn sure I ain't watching no visual novel. I ain't got time for that.
No. Like, I think you actually play visual novels.
No, you
but
watch them.
Do you?
Yes.
Huh.
No, you watch them. I jerk off to them.
No. This was. I cannot remember a single character's name other than I think you said Ren.
Ren is the main character.
Yeah.
Fuji Ren.
Yep, one of the dumb Nazi mans is named like Carl Carlson or something like that.
Carl Kalstuff.
Yeah, you got Carl's off or something. I don't know what he is.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Okay, can I just point out though that in the first episode, I will admit that fucking that ship they're riding, that huge like kingdom,
Bone Town.
I was so sad because the moment that came on screen, I'm like, that's a really neat like thing they got going on there. Like that was the one thing I was like, that's really visually appealing. And the things they do with skulls and skeletons, I was like, ooh, cool. I like this some of this imagery.
Yeah, it's Bayonetta.
And then, but the moment I saw the character, I'm like, Uh-oh.
Bescarfed lad, save us!
No, like, all of this.
I'd like to just real quick read a few choice excerpts from my notes.
Please do. I got a few.
Another new character. Fuck everything. Why does stuff keep happening? This is in all caps, by the way.
Yeah.
Things happened? What things happened?
Stop introducing new characters. Stop. Is it over yet? Now, this dumb Golden City shows up. Why though? Why? It goes through a big portal. WTF? Why though? Stop introducing characters. Why do these people not act like humans? And then one bullet point that just says, incoherent.
No, I think the idea is that...
I refused to make complete sentences because I refused to put more effort into this than the writers
There
of
was,
the
yeah,
show.
you should not do any job synthesizing anything with this.
Yeah.
It's just a shotgun blast to your brain.
I think the idea here is that they're going for this whole deja vu thing and that reincarnation, these events keep
Yes,
happening
like all this
between
happened
characters.
before, now we're
And
reincarnating.
by the way, that is something I'm fascinated by. I love the idea of like an inescapable cycle, although I think it's been done to death, and usually it's just frustrating more than it is actually interesting. Here, I think that's what they're going for, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you anything that this show is trying to do, other than irritate me actively.
It's doing a damn good job.
Yeah, oh no, and that it is accomplished. 5 stars. Oh, man.
I have.
yeah, give me.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's.
Feed my black heart.
Okay, good. So, episode 1. The deja vu won't stop. They go to the sword museum. I don't like swords, sad face. Blonde anime girl guillotine, what the fuck? What in the actual hell is happening? Is this fucking Silent Hill 4?
Kelly Ostro!
Yeah, half the time I couldn't tell whether stuff was actually happening or if it was a dream sequence or
know.
a vision or
maybe a vision.
No, don't
No,
even.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm actively sorry.
that was a show that had its problems, but it had characters
Yeah, and there's just
and a big robot made of dragon bones.
Yeah.
This
Well,
shit
let's
has
talk about big boobs. Ha ha ha.
Big
Oh,
boobs?
I'm a B cup, by the way, said the human.
and that's the best character.
That is the best
she's
character.
Yeah, she is. I will agree that she is the best character.
Yeah, but she is the best character.
I know.
Well, yeah, that's like it's like saying that the coach has the biggest dick on the Dallas Cowgirls.
Oh man.
Uh,
No, that was easy. This is easily. There was no competition on the worst show that.
No,
this season
absolutely
in
not.
terms-
I hated this top to bottom.
Like, well, I can understand. Like, you're not enjoying just because. I would have been floored if you thought
if
that.
I loved this, I would have tell you to kill me because I got possessed by some.
I
ghost
remember.
Nazi.
I remember we were in the car yesterday grabbing food,
Yep.
and I was like, I wanted to make some like inclinations to not liking DS Irae, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't. What am I thinking? DS Irae is terrible, and you're like, yes, it is. Well,
Yeah.
like we've not talked about these shows.
Yeah,
I
we
knew
haven't
how
had everything.
I knew how you felt about Black Clover because you were on Twitter and
Yeah.
you wouldn't stop posting about it.
that was another one that it's like, yeah, I mean, we should try to avoid conferring. There's a
Like-
danger of groupthink, but we all knew what. Well, we'll get to it.
Yeah. So DS Irae, fucking terrible.
Yeah.
No
It's very
longer
terrible.
our problem. No longer our problem ever
Yep.
again.
Guys, if we move on to the next show, we never have to talk or think about it ever
Okay,
again.
go through it, please.
Let's
Oh my
make
God,
a
I hate
blood
it.
pact.
Juni Taisen.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about this one.
Okay.
I had some different thoughts about this.
What is your problem?
What do you mean? What's my problem?
It is amazing, and I do not.
It's not amazing.
I do not understand you at all.
I mean,
Okay.
I voted to fuck it, but it's not amazing.
It's not
It's-
amazing.
it's
This is a very loosely written show. This is
that's-
characters thrown at a thing. That's it. If you like characters, then yes.
Okay.
I like Chicken Girl. She was my favorite.
Chicken Girl's
Oh,
the
yeah,
only girl
Chicken.
I care about.
Well, cared.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
cool, though.
I do wonder if it's going to keep going with killing the central character at the end of each episode.
The next episode, I haven't seen it yet. Episode 4 is about the monkey, and I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But
well, I hope not then, because
yeah, because Monkey Girl seems like the most interesting.
yeah, no,
one.
like I've seen the 4th episode.
Okay.
So I'll keep my mouth shut. But it is okay. So if I can only talk about the first 3 episodes, gonna not talk about the 4th.
Yeah, I did not believe that Boar Girl was dead at the end of the first episode.
I didn't either.
I was like, oh, that's a real cute, like, oh, you're pretending that you killed off your main
Nope,
character.
bitch is dead.
She is all the way dead.
Yeah, that was because I was in the whole. It's fun. You can see a big change in my notes. I might do something with these.
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna have to defend a little bit. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting more love for Juni Taisen. Okay, so one thing. Let me get what I don't like out of the way, so I can identify with you guys a little bit. Soft sell you. It is a little like so. Here are the 12 best mercenaries in the world at a tournament that happens every 12 years. Why are we killing these guys off? Like it feels like what is this competition? Like, do they have to actively take part in this competition? Why?
Okay.
A lot of unanswered questions.
Well, Shao Kahn, in order to take over the Earth realm.
No, the Mishima family arranged the entire city to be vacant. So now Heihachi can see who's the king
dude.
of Fifth.
Famed Douglas had an island.
Yeah, Geese Howard was just kind of an asshole.
By the way, it's like who's this organization that relocated all these people?
Oh, you assumed relocated.
No, actually, no. That it is actually relocated.
Oh, okay.
They talk about it in the script, and I only point this out in the dub. They actually use the word relocated, and somebody mentioned like, I'm glad that's there because apparently they're not all dead. They're just
Did they relocate them on a cargo plane?
On a cargo plane, yes. But yeah, no. And there are a lot of questions, but here's the thing. I expect for the most part answers as things come along because they've been informing you more and more about things as each episode has gone by. So I'm sitting back and enjoying these characters because there's some crazy people here, crazy ideas, and that's so. The fact that we got all this information about the boar, her backstory, the shit with her sister, which was creepy and crazy.
Yeah, see, this is one that I will say has done exposition very well. It tells you as much as you need and doesn't belabor the point. And by the way, here's this matador fighting this horse dude.
Yeah.
Let's watch that for a while.
Yeah, the boar as the introduction was so goddamned well done.
Yeah, I really liked her as the opening character.
I could not believe what they did with this opening, with the first episode, where they give you a character where you get inside of her brain, her backstory, you learn about her, and you expect, okay, I'm wondering how she's gonna do in this tournament. No! She's fucking dead by the end of the first episode. And the bunny dude is so I love Bunny Dude just by how fucking weird and psychotic he is. And
I like him as a plot device for other characters to react to. I don't get much out of him as
but that's it. And they haven't overused him. That's it. Mm-hmm. He has not so far gotten almost any screen time since that first episode. But what he's done has the effects of the effects of him have carried over. There's more of that in episode 4. Not to spoil anything, you'll see more of his involvement. He's just so good in terms of what he's bringing to the world and how he ended that first scene. And I don't know, the fact that the exposition is so well done that you're not getting front loaded with too much information. You're just getting
there's no opening crawl saying the 12 mercenary clans of...
No, but we have their battle cards.
Hell yeah, we do.
Those battle cards are great. And that's why this is so good to me.
I want to kill by pecking.
That's why this is so good to me, is that I'm not getting front loaded with information. I'm only getting what I need as things go. And God, not enough anime does that. It's either I'm not getting nearly enough information to get what's happening, or I'm getting way too fucking much information on what's happening. But this is just so deliberate, and the animation is so fucking good.
Animation's awesome. I love the sketchy style, by the way.
Yeah.
The sketchy outlines are really cool to me.
I can't tell you how good this anime is for me because it's giving me everything I want. So, I guess I'm a little floored that you guys aren't more into it.
So, episode 2, my first note says, this is bullshit. Then, near the bottom, says, am I coming around to the show or am I just high? Then I say, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And then my last thing is, okay, actually kind of okay. I understand where you're coming from. My problem with it is they shotgun blast these characters who are like, okay, cool, I thought of these designs in high school. Wouldn't this be neat? And then they're like, this could be put in some video game somewhere. Like, that's what I keep getting this vibe of this whole season. A lot of video game shit.
Well, it's actually a light novel.
Again, that they're practically the same. And they have characters that seem custom built to sell merchandise. Like that's what I get the vibe for. These are like waifu-izing the Zodiac things.
A little bit.
That's what I got from it. And I don't think their intricacies playing with each other are cool. I don't care about why they're fighting. I care about kind of like only the characters insofar as they make me care about them.
Okay, see, I don't care about why they're fighting either.
Yeah.
But that's not bothering me.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
bother me.
I don't care who this organization is or what their deal is. That is all window dressing.
Yeah.
It got us to the point where there's this big empty city for everybody to play around in.
And I can't go with that because it just seems lazy to me.
But
why is there an empty city where 500,000 people were there?
They have been giving you here's the thing. You're not invested. I got invested almost immediately by the show. First of all, surprising the hell out of me. Okay. Second of all, being beautifully done. I'm sorry, it's just beautifully done. And the story is being told exceptionally well for this I'm sorry. We disagree then. We disagree.
Characters talking inner monologue the entire time? No, that is not good storytelling.
I disagree because with the established way they're doing it, it's very deliberate. Like, look, they could have done the show don't tell, but you were going to get that with the structure the story has. I understand the concept of show don't tell in terms of bigger overall stories, but these are personal. Each one of these is a look into the lives of these different mercenaries and their ideologies and where they come from. And so when you see the development of them, you need this background information. And it probably works better in the light novels being like actual stories that you read.
Yes, I can see it working better there.
Yeah. I just think it's so well done in terms of like giving you the backstory of each character. Like, I don't mind that I'm getting all this inner monologue because we're following them until their conclusion. So I don't know. I like it. I think it's great. And I understand if you don't. I get that. I just don't agree.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm pretty in the middle. I think it's got its problems, but what it does right is more than enough for me to keep going.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've kind of talked through that one. Let's talk about something that is actually real good. Inuyashiki.
I don't think
It's so good.
I don't think any of us. Yeah, no.
Let's just have a try gush fest right here.
We're just gonna circle jerk on this old man.
Yeah. So it was kind of.
He's so good. He is such a great main
best.
character.
I love him so much. Every time he does something, I'm like, oh my god, I love you.
He's basically Jesus Christ.
He is. He can do no wrong.
Yep.
I don't care what he's done in the past. He is a perfect human.
It's kind of interesting. So, like, when I was watching this show, I sat back and I thought to myself, is there anything about this show that they're not going to like? And I was like, Hero probably. For some, I think like there are a couple things that Hero does, and not to mention like the nihilism with the young folk. But by and large, as I was watching, I'm like, this isn't perfect. But my God, this is so good.
It's real.
Yeah, that's the thing is it is flawed. Like, I don't think that there are people that are as bad as this author likes to make them out to be. But the thing is, I think he already mentions how what I think this is actually a rumination on is he talked about a lot that Gantz was hated by people online, on 2chan, etc. That's where you're going to see the most human vitriol ever is people that are anonymous. So you've seen that, and I think he just takes online personas and puts them in the real world.
You know what?
That's how I see it.
That's a fascinating breakdown because, I've only seen a little bit of Gantz, but man, I was able to connect immediately that, this is the same guy.
Yeah.
Like, besides the character designs that are very uniquely his, these very close to human but still distinctly anime designs that are very interesting. It actually reminds me very heavily of Satoshi Kon.
I can see that.
They are like, he has a nihilistic streak in his writing that digs really deep.
Yeah.
But he's also got this optimism buried underneath there that carries his writing.
Yeah.
And again, I've only seen a bit of Gantz, and even I can tell a lot of what's going on there.
Well, and that's why Gantz speaks to me, because think about a lot of the things I like. Gantz, Berserk, Game of Thrones, BoJack Horseman, coming at the same idea from a very different angle, where it is so dark, it is so bleak, but it just means that those little moments of hope feel earned and precious.
Yep.
And Inuyashiki is just like the biggest, lovingest moment of hope.
I know.
Like, the way that he's crying after he saves that guy. Like,
I feel it.
Yeah, I'm still human. I'm still a man. I can still do, like, he reclaims his humanity by doing good works in the world.
I love the fact that, first of all, the first episode, like the first half of the first episode, is so hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Because he is a man that
it captures the horrific mundaneness of modern life so well.
And he doesn't cry through any of that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't feel shit.
Yeah, and you can tell he's sad.
Yeah.
And then when he's transformed, he thinks that's why he can't cry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
He can cry. And that moment where he breaks down after saving somebody, after because some people don't cry when they're sad.
Mm-hmm.
They cry when they finally find a way out of it, because they finally feel like, oh my God, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So oh man.
I know, as someone that battles with depression frequently, that's like hit me like a fucking truck, because I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah, I really want to talk about Hiro, but Inuyashiki, the main character is just
but like Hiro, same thing from the other direction. Because Ando's like, you've changed since you've become a robot.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, dude, did you not notice? This is how I've always been.
Yeah.
Just now I can do something.
By the way, that moment where he's, I think he was either playing a video game or doing something. He's like, yeah, you know what? If somebody I didn't know died, I don't think I'd care.
Yeah, they're reading the manga together. I
think.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I've met people like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's glommed onto this one friend is like, I'm just gonna care about him and protect him, and like that little humanizing element that keeps him from being just a cartoon character.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting, because I wholeheartedly believe that this could be a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing, is I can see someone doing this.
And that's the scariest part about it.
Yes.
So the first house he goes into is a horror show.
Oh my God, it's so hard to watch.
Yeah.
That I was sitting back like, oh my God, this actually is happening. And then when he gets to the girl, I'd actually seen, by the way, that scene where he's like, what anime do you like?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that scene on Tumblr. I didn't know that it was from Inuyashiki. So the moment it started happening, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually how the scene plays out? Man. Oh my God. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, is what I like about it, because you said you could see this being a person. It is very grounded in its approach to humanity, and that's what I really enjoy about it. I think it is like kind of a little character hyperbolic in its depiction of villainous stuff, but it makes sense.
There was something very, very unrealistic in that scene, though.
Yeah.
Somebody who actively enjoys One Piece and Attack on Titan? I don't believe it.
That, I don't know. I think your basic bitch enjoys those. In Japan.
Yeah.
I think they do. I think they can cross over.
I mean, I enjoyed the first season of Attack on Titan. I haven't seen shit from the second.
But do you like One Piece?
Oh, yeah. One Piece is fucking great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I guess we have a living example.
I mean, I am here as the basic bitch on the table. Like, then again, I've seen most of what was on Toonami back in the day.
Then again, actually, I didn't start not liking Attack on Titan. Like, you fell out of it pretty quickly.
I got the 8 volumes in Japanese. I was like, I can't wait to learn Japanese to read this. I read the first one in Japanese. I said, fuck this.
The manga's bad.
Yeah, I didn't.
So no, but here's the thing. I read past the first season because I had to, because I really liked it.
Yeah.
And I kept reading, and and at some point, like, it got good, then it got weird, then it got bad, then it got good. And then I don't want to spoil anything, but it has just lost me now.
And that's what everybody who's gone past the first season says, which is why I've never bothered myself.
I was expecting Gantz from Attack on Titan, and it is not that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's what I wanted, and it is not that. And I'm so glad he's doing something here. Like, Inuyashiki has in the titular character has what all of these fucking grimdark shows need, which is a moral center.
Yep.
And if your moral center sucks or is silent or some wash away bitch like I feel like Attack on Titan has, I don't care.
By the way, Hachiko.
Oh God.
Is now I effectively refer to as the target dog.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen a bigger target on a character in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm waiting for the finding out who he is and targeting the family because that's where I think it's gonna go.
Yeah, I like that dog is like I've never seen an animal that might die in an anime more than that dog. So I'm like, oh God,
I know,
no.
and it's gonna kill me, but he can revive things, so who knows?
Fix
things.
Well,
I don't know if he can re-atomize it if it's disintegrated.
Like
might be one of those like he brings it. He like tries so hard to bring it back, but it's too late.
Oh yeah.
And if
I
you
can
brought
see
it
that.
back, it wouldn't be that same dog, man. It'd just be a puppet.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not God, man. You can't do everything.
I'm just there's so much to love about this show, and I just
is the manga? Oh God, I have to see the
manga's finished.
Manga's, thank God.
Yeah, it actually finished this year. I was looking at that too.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so it's all done. So they have a full adaptation.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I was ready for.
Also, man, the animation in this show is like super good.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Some of the CG can be a little bit weird.
It can, but I
don't think it
doesn't
hurts
take
it.
me out of it. That's the best thing.
What I thought they were gonna do. I've always wanted to do this, by the way. So you know how organic characters very rarely look okay when they're all CG, especially in anime.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is have an android character who's completely human looking, but is always animated in 3D. When every organic character is animated in 2D.
That's fun.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, he's a robot, so that's why, like, as it was
why he moves all weird.
Yeah. But no. By the way, so I'm guessing that's the actual Astro Boy theme because he says Tetsuan, he says Atamu.
Yes, no, that is what he's saying.
Yeah, it says Atamu.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing the subs gave him the
it's an Astro Boy.
Which, oh man, like as a guy, I can only imagine somebody in Japan watching that.
Oh, I know.
The kind of effect that would have on an adult, like because. Yeah, that's so.
I think this is geared towards us. This is people who have no anime, have the tinge of the being online all the time, cynical, jaded stuff. But no, there's still good people out there.
Yeah,
and I really like them.
I hope Inuyashiki shows up on Adult Swim.
Oh my God, that would perfect fit.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So,
yeah, there's. It's awesome, and I'm looking forward to watching more of it.
Yeah, no matter what happens, I think I'm just gonna keep watching that show.
If you had told me that a sequel, or a series by the guy who made Gantz would be my favorite this season, I probably wouldn't have believed you because as much as I don't dislike Gantz, but I couldn't get into Gantz.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. I like Gantz. Gantz has problems.
It has a lot of problems, but I still love it in spite of them.
Yeah. But you know what else has problems? Unless we want to gush more about how dope Inuyashiki is.
We can move on.
King's Game. What a...
Final Destination was good for one movie.
Yeah. I am so back and forth on this fucking show. It is
Dude,
so weird.
no, you and me both. Like, if I had to be completely honest with you, this is not polarizing for me because I can't say I ever felt as good about the show as I felt bad about the show. But gosh darn it, there were parts of this show that I actually liked. But then the stuff that I don't like is just so mind-numbingly bad.
I think my biggest problem with it is because what I like in media is something to make me feel anything. That's why I like watching bad shit, because I know I'm feeling something. This makes me feel nothing, and that's my biggest problem with it. It is so lukewarm. It'll either be, oh, that's kind of cool, or that was all right. It is too middle of the road for me to care. I think that's my biggest problem with it.
You know what my biggest issue is? Its nihilism doesn't have anything to balance it out.
That's what I mean. What I was talking about. There's no moral center. There's no reason to care. It's
like the main character's trying to be that, but he abandoned that the moment he tried to kill himself in the first episode. I was
know.
like,
that's why I already felt like I'm supposed to care about you. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, no. And then, oh man, his best friend. Like
in the flashback, with the band,
which, by the way, Howard Wang is playing.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's Howard. In the dub, obviously not the Japanese version.
I flew him over.
He's he is the most stock best friend I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to feel emotional when he finally goes. But one thing so here's the frustrating thing about King's Game sometimes is that, but beyond its unconscionable nihilism, like, Jesus Christ, does the main character have to get beaten up every episode?
Right?
But secondarily, I want a show about people dying in creative ways. Not this bullshit drama with a lot of people hanging themselves.
Jigsaw it up some fun way.
I think what was missing for me is just that the characters act so inconsistently.
Oh yeah.
Like the class as a whole goes from, let's be best friends with the new kid. This is great. Hey,
Go die.
Oh yeah. No, I remember watching the first episode. If I were taking notes, one of the notes I would have made was like, this is the most unnaturally friendly class of schoolmates I've ever seen.
And they go from that to, fuck this guy, let's kick his ass on the drop of a dime.
Yeah. And like, they saw this bitch do a full heel turn.
Yeah,
and then when she's screaming, like, he tried to push himself on me.
Her.
And not only that, they all beat him up. It's like, how was that your first inclination? Beat the shit out of him?
Yeah.
First of all, that's just like
Also, did everybody who's not in this high school class just disappear?
Yeah.
There are no adults past a certain point.
Yeah. Like,
there are no teachers.
Like, I get that, like, they've got periods in between, but like, is this all study hall?
Yeah.
And are they gonna pass? Like, fuck them all dying. Are they gonna pass?
So, I don't know. We'll see if episode 4 makes anything interesting happen. This might be next on the chopping block.
Honest to God. Like, here's the thing. So I voted yes because, like, unlike DS Irae and Black Clover, there were actually things that I enjoyed here. Mm-hmm. So, like, it wasn't just because I wanted DS Irae to go, although if I had to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing.
Hey.
But I
think the what do we kill is going to get a lot more contentious in the coming weeks.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
This
This week was obvious.
Yeah.
After this is going to be interesting because something doesn't have to die every episode.
No.
But I fully expect there to be a death next week.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: as long as there is at least one with 2 kills, there will be a death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know what? I vote with my heart. If I hate it, I'm out.
I'm probably going to. I can keep watching it on my own. So if we lose Lucky or just because next week, that's fine. If we lose fucking what's it called, Black Clover, that's fine too. But that being said, I'm hoping the next week for King's Game is good. I hope.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be.
I'm always hopeful like that I could be wrong and this could have a really cool twist, but it's boring. And if the kills, like the crux,
if suddenly the kills take a way step up, I'm gonna
give me some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go.
Yeah, I need me some crazy kills, or I can't do this.
Yeah, I totally feel you. That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. That if the kills were a bit more imaginative, I would have liked it.
Oh, way.
Because like if they were like, oh fuck, we're gonna put you in a padded room where they say they're gonna hit by a car. Pff, no, you're not. You're out here. And like, yeah, that's stuff I like to see.
All right, what's next?
Kino's Journey.
Oh yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I guess you hate good writing. So
good writing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Can we talk about the end of the second episode?
I was gonna try to play the middle here, but now.
Okay, sure.
Can we talk about the end of the second episode?
Okay.
Everyone here has to kill each other. I'm just gonna leave now.
Yeah.
No. What?
Why not?
And nobody says, sure, I'll start with you, motherfucker. You just wrecked up our whole country.
Yeah.
Why not?
That person.
They're all spectators and sheep.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, but at the same time,
they're all spectators to Bloodsport. They're clearly influenced by anything bottom of the barrel.
And guards and like
Yeah.
Not one person in that whole stadium didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself. I'm gonna be the dude who kills that fuck." Nobody even tries.
No,
bullshit.
Because they were busy killing everyone else because they knew everyone else could try to kill them. I'm not gonna defend the philosophy of a country, but I'm telling you that this is the point of the show.
And that's the problem is that everything's a parable. Nobody's a character.
Yeah, and not to mention,
how's that not interesting?
Because it gives me nothing to connect to.
Yeah,
like,
no.
What's wrong with having a cool parable? Like, I guess that's where I guess we're different.
I cannot connect with anything here. The third episode, with the moving city.
Yeah,
that was dumb as hell. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that was so neat.
That was incredibly stupid to me.
Also, Prince What's His Name and Kino are interchangeable.
Oh, that too.
That could
In fact, the 4th episode basically proves that.
It's not a character story. Like, if that's what you're looking for, then no, you're not going to find it here.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The countries are not like the first episode was the only episode so far that I've actively enjoyed.
I feel like you don't have an imagination.
No, that's not my problem. I'm not getting any thematic through line.
There isn't one. It's episodic.
Yeah, no, I mean with each episode, I'm not getting a moral. I'm not getting a connective through.
One.
But
I see. That can be interesting. Like in the first episode, it was interesting. It didn't wrap up in a neat little bow. Like, and here's why gun control is.
Yeah, here's the cool thing about that one, about the first episode, is that it presents you an idea that is actually interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then follows through with that.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, it's told a neat story.
You just described every episode.
No,
No,
the third
I did
episode
not.
Does not have an interesting idea behind it. It's just, I don't know, they were robots.
How's a moving city not cool?
That's not a theme.
This doesn't have to be a theme. It's a series of nomads trying to going through and oh my god, a traveler, leave only your footsteps. It's a note about tourism. That's what it's talking about. Did you not get that? The episode was called Leave Only Footsteps, and they destroyed a country in their wake. It's about tourism.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't climb deep enough up your ass to where you pulled that theme from.
I mean, I know, actually, to be fair, that's an interesting take on that.
It's a show about philosophy. It's
Well,
like why you like just because, but you have to invest in
Yeah,
it.
but the first episode, I got that. Third episode, I didn't get it, but now that you've said it, that is an interesting take on that. I thought all the characters were lame and uninteresting.
They are.
And yeah, but that's my problem. I'm supposed to be engaged by this. I'm not engaged by this.
Because you're looking for a character story. And if you don't like it, that's fine. That's okay.
But I'm also looking for something to keep me captivated, and I'm not. Because the idea of the moving city was really neat, but once they got into it, I'm just going to say they for Kino because
Sure.
their
I'm pretty
gender...
sure Kino's
their gender...
identified as a boy, but you can say that.
Actually, I'm pretty sure...
Yeah, they say he at one point.
Yeah, they also say she. Yeah, episode 3, they say she. Episode 4, they also say she. They're supposed to be androgynous.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
sure.
well, I mean, they're definitely supposed to be androgynous.
Yeah, I mean within the universe.
But I definitely caught a he, and I didn't catch any she's, and I was trying to pay real close attention.
There's some, and not to mention one of the guards hit on her in episode, I think it was 2. Yeah, no, episode 2.
Yeah,
they make
that
a
was one of the
pass.
guards, yeah.
They make a pass at them. They thought.
Oh well, isn't that pretty heterocentric of
yeah,
you?
I know, heteronormative, right? But no,
I would never have believed.
Regardless, like I get what you're saying, but it's not capturing me. And
Okay.
yeah. Except like again. So I watched. I was kind of curious. I actually went back and watched the Colosseum episode in the original anime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Million times better.
Yeah.
Million times
I heard
better.
people say that they like that version better too.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because it talks about the city itself, the dynamics in that city. This episode didn't really talk about this version does not talk about the dynamics of the
What
city.
dynamics were you looking for?
Something that I want to know about this city. I want to know about what makes it tick, what the purpose of it is. I didn't get any of that. All I got was they're participating in a tournament, and that's it. And I'm like, this is not interesting. Like that concept is not that interesting at all. And then it ends with the most nihilistic, mean-spirited way possible. Yeah. Not really.
No, not really.
They basically, Kino basically condemns the entire place to killing each other.
Because they're all people that murdered thousands of people in their wake with no regard.
They deserve to all murder each other?
That's pretty nihilistic, though.
Yeah,
is
that's
the thing.
super nihilistic
That
and
is super,
mean.
yes, certainly, but it's not yeah, okay, fine. It's nihilistic and mean-spirited, but he was doing it because he was doing it for revenge. That was the...
That makes it worse!
Okay.
That makes it so much worse!
Okay.
Oh, I think this might turn into one of the more contentious as we go along.
I think let's drop Kino's journey and move on because I think we're going to be...
yeah, we could talk in circles.
Yeah.
So next up, we got recovery of an MMO Junkie. Speaking of things that I feel two ways about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got a lot going for it, but I I had a real hard time engaging with what the show actually was instead of what I wanted it to be. And it might still turn into what I want it to be.
I'm curious, what did you want it to be?
What I was afraid that it would do is, like, in much the same way that I'm afraid that Ancient Magus Bride will turn out to be romanticizing abuse.
Oh, I get what you mean.
I didn't want this to romanticize the game, and the title, Recovery of an MMO Junkie, made me think, let's deal with this. Why do people get sucked into these things, and what are the dangers there? So far, it has dealt with none of the dangers there.
Yeah, and I agree.
Except with just that little artistic touch, which gives me hope for it, which is just that quiet desperation in the main character's eyes that I want to see them delve into more. What it turned into instead is kind of a cute, pretty lightweight little romance comedy. Like, I was put off by it at first, but I like the fact that she keeps bumping into the guy that she doesn't know is playing the girl that her character, who is a guy, is trying to lose her virtual man Sherry
I thought I wasn't going to like that either. I was like, oh, really? This coincidence? But it's just done so well.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, they're actually like writing this really good.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind the huge like...
Yeah, once I got past that initial really... It's like, no, these characters are cute, and I like their cute interactions, and I want them to just fuck already. I sort of don't care whether it's in real life or in the game.
The boy's really cute. I really like the boy. I'm sorry, I really like the boy.
They're pretty fucking kawaii, dude.
Yeah. And his friend is hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, his friend is actually like legit good. By the way, oh shoot, how many episodes have you guys seen?
3.
Episode 3.
I think this isn't a spoiler. Can we all realize that the guy who's working at the convenience store is the green-haired dude in the game, right?
Yes, we all realize that. Before now,
Yes, I think all of us.
Okay, I'm not saying that that's been revealed in the 4th episode, which I've seen. I'm just saying it really seems like that's the guy. Like, just by his design compared to the design in the game, I'm like, that seems like the guy who's going to make a cooler version of him.
That seems... I follow your logic. I did not pick that up, but that makes sense to me.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's... I wasn't sure what I was going to think of this show. Like, when I saw the title, I was like, oh no. This could be terrible because I do not like shows about MMORPGs.
Yeah, agreed.
Like Log Horizon is the best one besides .hack. If you like,
Log Horizon's really good.
Yeah, Log Horizon's got problems.
Yeah,
but
I think everything that deals with this MMO topic is.
But compared to Sword Art Online, which is pretty garbage.
Yeah, dumb.
Yeah. There's a dream sequence in the 2nd episode where she sees all these faceless drones going on to, like, that gives me so much hope for where this show could go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good.
It is such an arresting, disturbing image that, like, gets into what makes her tick, and that's what's the most interesting. Like, all this kind of, like, light, fluffy romance stuff is fine.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be all this show is.
Well, what I think they're doing is they are introducing characters and dynamics, and then they're going to go into the hard stuff. Because, again, I'm 99% sure somebody's dead. I'm pretty sure, like, a family member died, or the person...
I could see that.
And I think that's how she has all the money. She says, dip into my savings, and I'm like, that's interesting. Like, what? Like, how is she living? Is she on disability?
Yeah.
Like, it's so curious. I don't know what's happening. And luckily, the show has done a very good job of burying that, like, in a good way. Like, I'm not consistently wondering about that as things go on, but I am enjoying what it's giving me in terms of the different characters, their dynamics, and, again, her quiet desperation. So, yeah, this is really interesting, and I cannot wait to see... like where this goes. Weirdly enough, out of all the shows that I've been so curious about to see the next episode, this is like near the top for me. I'll get into it later, but there's another show that I'm like, this is so good, but I don't care about next week, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
But
no, I get that too. I feel like this is my guilty pleasure show because I love the cutesy shit. I think, Ben, you're looking a bit more for it than I think it will deliver. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll deliver
Yeah, I
that.
might be building it up a little higher than it itself is reaching. And that's what I mean when I say I'm trying to engage with it for what it is.
I really think that this is just if you have had an experience like this and know what it's like to go through these steps, ABC leads to some romance and see how that goes. Like, and as someone who has dealt with stuff like that, it's really cool. But I don't know. I couldn't recommend it to somebody that doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, no. I would not recommend this to anybody who's not played MMORPGs.
Yeah, it's really hard to.
Yeah, and I have not. So it probably speaks something to the show's quality that I'm still engaged.
Yeah.
Which is,
agreed.
I was expecting you to hate this. That's actually pretty surprising to me.
Yeah, I was not expecting you to like it at all, actually. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely of two minds, but it's, you know, it's keeping me in there.
Yeah, I'm curious about the next episode. I'll see where it goes. I like the little romance. I think romance is a fun. If
I-
romance
oh,
done
man.
well, I like seeing it.
I wasn't again, romance in anime. Oh man, it could be so bad.
Oh,
and this
yeah,
was
I know.
This
And
is
that's what I was ready for.
And her love interest is so, like, you're right. He's super cute. He's super cool. He is, at first glance, he's like designed by committee to be a love interest for this character. But once you see a little more of him, especially in the third episode where he's talking to his friend about her,
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? This is verging on stalkerish, but it never crosses that line. It's just enough to make me realize, yeah, this guy's not perfect either. He is not Prince Charming, and I'm looking forward to learning more about him.
I also like the fact that he's no nonsense in a realistic manner.
Yeah.
Because his friend's constantly making jokes, and he's like, "That's not funny," or "Just give me my chopsticks, man." I love it. Yeah. I like sometimes that character's really annoying. He's actually like human, but in a nice, interesting manner.
Yep.
So yeah, recovering an MMO Junkie. I thought I was gonna hate it, and I really like it.
Yeah,
Right
there's a
now, we're
few
snipping over to Infini-T Force. I hate this show.
Yeah.
It's a lot more boring than I was hoping it would.
Yeah, and I was hoping to like it.
It's interesting because I want to see one more episode. There are a couple of things on here that I'm like, give me one more episode before I decide I want to kill this. Diaz Irae was not one of them. This is a show that I'm like, I'll do one more episode. But man, yeah, it's like some of the action could be really cool.
Yeah, the action can be really neat.
Can be.
Yeah, can
Isn't always. But some of the action can be really cool. I like the fact that it's talking a lot about morals, but the moral here is friendship. Have people around you. And it's like,
Even if they're literally monsters.
like who?
Like, oh, I have the power to restore your entire
Oh,
reality
okay.
as far as I know, but I won't because reasons.
Let's hold her off. Let's hold her off.
Can we forever? With at knife point?
Pencil point.
Can we just talk?
Kill this show. That's the subject.
Can we just talk about the best character, Ken Eagle? Like, dude,
Good in everything he's in.
I can't even remember what his name actually is. I'm just gonna call him
Ken Washio.
Ken Washio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, can we talk about how he's like the best character? Oh, like
He's great.
I love him. He's just so old-fashioned.
I know. I love it. He's like, I'm not old. I'm not grandpa. I still kick ass.
Dude, he is daddy du jour, and I
Yeah.
love it. And I was not. I expected him to be the young gun guy, but no, they.
I like that they're playing the old gotcha man. I like that.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
Yeah.
perfect, especially for like, he's a great contrast to. Okay, some of the names are like
Takeshi Palomar?
Takeshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fucking Polymer is a fascinating character. He's definitely the Genki boy.
Yeah, I like Palomar a lot.
Yeah, Polymer is great, and I love the fact that he wanted to be friends with Damie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
interesting.
I was like, wow, you like him. I was fully expecting him to find him annoying and gross and effeminate. No, he's like, we could have been friends, man. Why do you
Yeah.
have to do this? And I was like, huh.
I haven't seen the original, so I'm not certain how like too adherent a lot of these depictions are.
Oh, they are. They're all very accurate.
Yeah, it
Which
seems
if
very
you,
fan-servicey.
I think if you were a big fan of Tatsunoko,
Then
these characters would mean
for
even
you.
more. I've never seen any of them except for Battle of the Planets.
yeah.
Or what was it called? Also, it was also called
Oh God, Battle of the Planets or G-Force?
G-Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or and I have seen the Kashurn live action movie.
Yeah.
Which
That got a limited theater
feels really accurate
Yeah.
because this seems like that character.
Okay, he was pretty accurate to how
Also,
he is.
that movie was like when the action was up on that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
When it wasn't, it was boring.
Yes.
Which is sad.
It was one of the better live action anime movies.
It kind of was though. But that being said, the Tekken Man guy is kind of the most boring of them. He's not the most boring person, even including her. But I like him.
Yeah. He's there. I like Tekken Man, and that's the thing. I'm predisposed to like a lot of these people, so
Yeah.
that's also pulling at it.
I'm also predisposed to liking these because I like Japanese superheroes. They're entertaining. They're fun. Why is this show not entertaining or fun?
And I want to like these things because they seem cool, and so many of my friends are into them, and I was hoping this would be
Me too.
a decent
I was hoping too.
entry point, and it is so not.
It's really not.
I will continue to believe that given the right entry point, I could like this stuff. This ain't it.
No.
Yeah, I think you could, but yeah, you'd have to do better stuff. I think this is like trying to introduce somebody to Disney movies via Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Like that's what
Yeah.
this feels like.
Yep.
See, that's a good point. It's just like I'm putting her off as long as I can because
You can just go right.
No.
to it.
I want to put her off to the very end because there are far more interesting things to talk about. The villains are weird.
Yeah.
Because they're like she's obviously like a weird ass vampire. By the way, her wanting his genes sounds really
it's a little,
kinky.
Yeah.
I'd say gross, but I may. It's like wow. It really sounds like she wants to bang him.
Yeah.
Of course, we find out that she's a vampire, but what she wants his genes for is like, I guess she wants to create this like race of people that are like, I don't know, some Ubermensch, whatever. She's the least interesting of them all, if you ask me. I actually kind of like the villains. The villains are kind of the more interesting characters out of all of them, especially Final Fantasy Summon Dude.
Yeah. Not that he has much in the way of like an interesting character, but he's got a cool design.
Although, by the way, so why introduce that cool design if he's just gonna change it when he goes like fucking villain mode, like completely?
I hate the show. I hate everything about
Is
it.
there more you want to talk
Yeah.
about? Because I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already talked about how the main character is like the worst, most selfish, awful piece of shit that ever lived, and it would have been better off dying in that.
I kept
fucking
wondering if
explosion.
she was like from some other Tatsunoko property I wasn't aware of. I was like, no, she's just
No,
Because she got introduced like on this motorcycle, like zipping around in her black cat suit. I'm like, oh, she's cool.
Yeah, I was
Turns
like,
out
oh,
she's
man,
not cool.
She's related to Palomar
She's-
somehow. Nope.
She's terrible.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe it. This is just the worst.
Yep.
Like,
Hey, speaking of the worst, Black Clover.
are we already with the Black Clover?
We're already up to Black Clover.
Best. So
Yeah, I cheated. It was when we were voting, I was supposed to go first, but I wanted to pull that fuck you card up, so I made Kieran go first.
I was so debating on also saying it because here's the thing. Black Clover, while being shit out shonen, is at least more watchable than some other things. That's why I was like okay with that because here's the thing is animation is good. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I like the designs actually.
Yeah,
I think
no.
The designs are actually pretty neat.
The opening shows a bunch of characters that make me think, you know what? Maybe when the ensemble is put together.
We just gotta wait for our first tournament, like in Naruto, where everyone else is gonna get cool. Like that's what
Yeah.
I'm maybe thinking will happen. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this. I can't watch this show. I can't.
Why not?
That's why. No. And
Scott, I am watching just because of you, so you have to watch this bullshit because of me. I'm gonna be the Wizard King.
And then you're gonna marry me.
Marry me, Sister Lily.
Okay, let's like beyond the
Yeah.
what do you call it? Basically cobbled together plot from other shows.
Yeah.
Beyond the terrible jokes that they keep lavishing on. Beyond
You know
beyond
what?
the odd nihilism of the world that they incumbent. Beyond the terrible, terrible script. The god-awful script. Oh my god. This main character.
Oh,
I can't
He's
do it.
one of the
I-
worst main
he is-
characters I've
he-
ever seen.
Dude, I have seen most of the shonen from the last 15 years.
How much Fairy Tale did you watch?
None, because it was boring.
So
you in it?
did you see any
Yes.
episode of it?
The first.
Okay, cool. So we have the same experience. He was up there.
Dude, Natsu was whatever. Natsu was like, that's one of the reasons I didn't watch, because he was boring and bland. He was like,
That's fine. He's not boring, whereas Asa's offensively irritating.
Yes.
Can we talk for a second about how beyond being clearly Naruto and Sasuke,
Yes.
beyond standing on the fucking giant monument and proclaiming that he's going to be the Wizard King,
Yeah.
that Asta, in this world where everybody can use magic, he's the worst at using magic, except it turns out he's actually the best because he's got this hidden power inside of
Which
him.
actually negates magic.
Yep, where everybody else gets a 3-leaf or a 4-leaf clover, he's
got
got
the
a 5-tailed beast. I mean, leaf clover. What? Why?
Did you know that a 5-leaf clover has a demon in it? And you don't want to know what the 6-leaf clover has.
Oh,
Just wait
man.
for second season.
Oh,
it gets
man.
crazier. And in the end, when he finally has to pull the clovers out of his eyeballs, it's crazy.
See, I like shonen anime.
I do too.
No,
When I saw this on the list, my first thought was, oh, good, it's a known quantity. It might not be great, but I know what I'm getting, and it's comfortable, and I can handle this.
okay.
I mean, turns out I can handle it better than DS Irae.
Yeah, I can handle it. But
can we
that's
just
it.
talk? Can we talk about real quick? I've seen the first episode dubbed.
Oh, okay. What did you think? I'm actually curious how the dub was.
I was able to watch it and
good.
moderately enjoy myself. Not like, oh man, I can't wait. No, I watched and I'm like, wow. Okay, so that's the difference.
Okay.
That is because, oh my god, the original voice is just that bad.
I know. I was just
And-
playing it. God.
No one, and I am a fan of Japanese Dragon Ball. Masako Nozawa has never been this bad, and I can't believe.
Right?
I can't believe it.
I know.
And it's weird. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for being like, "How are you letting that kill the show for you? You don't." How he's in every scene.
Yeah.
He's in almost every scene, and it never stops.
Yep.
And apparently, in episode 4, he starts to chill out, but nope.
Someone slip him a Vicodin or something?
I don't know what to do. And everyone says like it gets better from here. Maybe they're right, but why?
They could be. I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna get worse.
I'm gonna watch episode 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll watch episode
and depending on how the next week goes, I might end up seeing 5.
Here's the problem with shonen. I will always hate watch them.
That's exactly
That's
where
the
I'm
fucking
at.
problem with shonen, and it always happens to me.
I read Bleach till the very end.
I almost did the very end. Bleach, I ducked out. That was one I almost did.
I had to see it end.
Like-
I had to see it. I had to see it end.
Here's the thing. This show is terrible, but I voted to fuck it because there is still stuff on the list that I would kill before this show.
Yeah, and that's like that is ultimately the thing that I should like keep in mind going forward. Because if I don't like something, like fuck it, I don't want to watch it.
I feel bad because I guess we're just like with the way this is turning out, we're either gonna lose Infini-T Force or Just Because next week because you guys obviously want to kill one of those. I'm waiting a week for Infini-T Force to do something really neat.
Yeah.
Because if it does something in the next episode where I'm like, cool, now we've gotten into it, or if she gets way better, like if she turns a corner, I might not hate it as much. But with Black Clover, no, kill it, get it out of my life.
You know exactly what you're getting, but I want to see if that's the thing. Is I'm curious where the originality comes in. Like I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm like, okay,
It has fans. I've
I
seen
know,
that
that's
it has
the thing.
fans.
It's like they're setting up the premise.
Dude, so
the
does Final
intro.
Fantasy VIII.
I mean, yeah, everything.
Don't
bad has
front.
fans.
Oh, by the way, can we talk about how terrible the villain is in the first, like that fucking chain guy?
Oh yeah, I guess.
No,
yeah,
the
he's
moment,
bad.
like, I'm sorry, but I understand that your first villain should always be a little bit throwaway. You don't want to introduce something really cool at the very beginning, but that guy was the worst.
He was dumb.
I mean,
He was so dumb and so generic, and I was like, oh no.
I have chain magic.
I mean, yeah, he was boring, but tell me literally anything about the dude who tried to steal the magic scroll in the first episode of Naruto. You can't because
Mizuki? Well, no, Mizuki was actually way more interesting because he was much more human. No, but think about it. Like the way
do I have to?
No, here's the thing. I remember Mizuki. I remember Alberta from One Piece.
Yeah.
I remember okay, I don't remember the guy from Fairy Tail, but that's because I didn't care about Fairy Tail. I remember the first Hollow from Bleach.
You're gonna remember Chain Guy,
I don't want to.
but you're going to.
Yeah,
That's the thing is, it's gonna suck. I'm telling you. I think This is what I'm waiting for. Is I think it does suck ass. I think this is a shit show, but I am waiting and hoping that there will be something new to it. I'm kind of glad you saved it because I was going back and forth. And I was like,
I could see that.
yeah, I was like, I really don't like it, but I could see where it goes, and I kind of want to irritate Scott because now I have to watch just because. So
I'm glad this dynamic's happening. I knew it was going to happen too. I knew
Yeah.
at some point. I just didn't think it was going to be in the first episode.
That's why it's the three of us.
Yeah.
you're all gonna shit on me for Kino's journey. It's fine.
Fair. That's fair. Although remember, if there are too many, how are we? Man, I can't remember how we're gonna deal with we had a tri kill.
Yeah.
We only had the one.
Yeah. So
If we have multiple doubles,
Yeah, if we have multiple tri kills,
is it the wheel?
If we have multiple tri kills, it goes to the wheel of justice.
Uh-huh.
If we have no tri kills and multiple double kills, it goes on a poll.
Oh right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that's happening.
Yeah, because
Save me.
if all three of us want to kill something, then God is dead. Let fate decide.
Yes.
But if there's at least one of us that wants to see something brought back,
Yeah.
then I want the fans to be able to say, "No, Scott, we want you to be able to inflict more just because on these guys."
Okay, cool. All right. Then yeah. So
And of course, if two of us, if there are no double kills, which I don't think is going to happen for a while, but
Yeah.
if there are no double kills, then guess what? Everything lives.
Yeah.
It's a good day. Doctor Who.
man, that'll probably happen after a couple of weeks.
I think once we're getting
hopefully, I
more into
hope
the
so.
season, I can see that happening. Because what's everything going to? 11, 12 episodes? Something like that?
Something
It's
like
12,
that.
isn't it?
I'd say I believe we should do 13 episodes.
13? I just don't know how long the season normally goes. 'Cause are there going to be like 24 episode shows? And if so, do we keep going?
Oh well, here's the thing. A season is 13 weeks.
Okay. So cool. That's all. That's what I needed.
And I would say that after the 13 weeks are up, unless we really want to lock it for the next season, then we'll just drop everything and
Gotcha.
basically put up a new poll.
Like, if, for example, if Black Clover somehow manages to
Black-
survive, it
which
will
Black-
keep going
yeah.
past 13.
But I'm pretty sure that Juni Taisen, as it is going to be a 13 episode show. It
that
almost
makes
has to
sense.
be, yeah.
With 12
I
being
think
everywhere.
I think most of these shows are going to be only 13 episodes. That being said, again, if there's a show that is like you are that into and that you want to continue for this show, then lock it.
Okay.
So anyway,
Cool.
Black Clover was terrible, but I understand why it survived this week. That was the one that I actively wanted to kill because I just it irritates me.
Yeah, yo,
Like where other
Yes,
shows
it is. It
yeah,
is
where other
irritating.
shows might be boring, this one irritates me.
Yo, I'm not sitting here telling you you're wrong. Far from it.
So, okay, now let's talk about. Okay, so I was talking about earlier. There was a show that I really like, but was not that did not want to immediately return to. Magus Bride.
Yeah, you lead it off because I think you were the most.
Magus Bride is a visually arresting show.
Absolutely.
It's got a great concept that is fascinating, complex. Its designs are beautiful and fascinating. Its fantasy concepts are solid. Why is this not arresting me? Why am I not completely entranced by this show?
I think some of it felt a little slapdash. Second episode, now we're going to the town. I don't care. I already forgot whatever merchant bitch does.
Oh, I liked her. I liked Cora. She was good. Seriously, the moment I saw her, I'm like, what the hell is Cora doing in this show?
Oh, I was thinking Black Lagoon Girl.
Oh, well, yeah, I can see that too.
Oh yeah, I could see
Ready?
that.
Yeah, I can see that.
But this kind of leads to the end of episode 2. Okay, we're in Iceland now, and I just get taken by a dragon who. Yeah, okay, you didn't see that.
Here's the thing. I was a little upset about that too.
Yeah.
Then I watched the third episode.
I know,
I'm
the third episode makes
okay.
it fine. But that's the thing is initially that's what I think is the problem is the setup's very slapdash. You
Yeah.
gotta do this.
Oh, see, I had the complete inversion of that. I saw that happen and go, oh, cool. Something happened. There's danger. There's stakes. And then, what a great cliffhanger to end an episode on. And then the next one opens up and it's like, nope, everybody likes each other. It's fine.
Well, that's the thing. I'm okay with that for the first 3 episodes because we are getting introduced. Here's the thing about the show that it's so oddly paced.
Yeah,
Some
it
things
is.
go by briskly and quickly, and maybe even too quickly. Other things are like, and we're going to take some time to introduce these concepts. And
I think the third episode was the first one where that leisurely pace really felt earned.
Absolutely.
Because it's about grief and like the passing of this ancient being and things passing out of the world that we will never get back.
We're just going to exist and enjoy existence for a bit.
Can we talk about that? So what's her face from Infini-T Force? Emmy. She's suicidal and depressed.
Yes.
And I fucking hate her.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Chise, suicidal, depressed. But I get it, and I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
And
I want so bad for her to come into her own.
Yeah. But I think she is. I wholeheartedly believe that she is going to come in to be her own character.
I
think that's what this series is about.
Yeah.
And I think the only awkward thing about it is that it is a male-female power conflict or like power dynamic there, and that is a little uncomfortable. And especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if this were 15 years ago, there probably wouldn't be as much conversation about this. But we know what's happened in the last 15 years, so it's really weird. You're like, oh, okay, how's this gonna pan out? But that being said, I get it. I get what's happening here, and I'm with you. She needs to come into her own agency, and that power dynamic needs to be healthy and nourishing. And luckily, with this main character, he's been nothing but sweet and nothing but helpful and nothing but friendly. He can be a little domineering, but it's kind of this magician's thrall sort of thing.
I mean, ish. In the first episode, he strips her nude and bathes her like a pet against her explicit objections.
Yes, that is true. However, it's also incredibly non-sexual.
True.
Which is even more of a problem for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because this is incarnate objectification, right?
Yeah.
Like that was what bothers me more is going, you're my dog. You are not up to my level. You are here, and I want to bring you here, but for now, you are garbage.
Yeah,
you are my dog.
And not in a fun, sexy way.
No, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's what I mean. It is just purely just cutting her down. And like, I get that she is already there, but if she were not already there, it would be a lot more damaging.
Yeah, it's you're not wrong, but again, she is at this place where she is very much not her own person.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so fascinating to me, and that's why I'm looking forward to this evolving.
It's interesting. Absolutely. I'll give you that it's interesting. It made me a little uncomfortable, but I am curious enough to see where it goes. And almost by the merits of episode 3 alone, that scene with her and the dragon had me crying.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, that was really fucking good.
The two things that I want to see from Chise is I want her to be able to set boundaries, and I want her to... I mean, it's no secret she's going to end up with Elias. That's just
that's gonna
deal with it. I need her to be with him because she chooses, not because she believes no one else wants her. She needs to know she has a choice, that there is another place for her in the world, and choose a place with him.
Yeah.
If the show gives me those two things by the end, I think I will feel a lot better about it.
Yeah, I think those are good.
In the meantime, I'm willing to trust it. I'm willing to trust because...
So you're the show's sub, and you're willing to extend that...
Look, when I'm saying that this show talks to me on a personal level... although I like... Without going too much...
man, we'll talk off camera.
Though to be fair, not going too TMI, this is not something I'm entirely unfamiliar with, this whole dynamic.
Right.
Like, that's why it's really fascinating to me, because I know, again... It's hard to talk about this without spilling too much or telling people things that they maybe not want to hear, but I understand what this is doing.
Yeah, you've at least seen, if not involved, like been outside viewing, know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, and you can relate that. I haven't, so it's a bit more alien and weird to me, but I get it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a bit more like trepidatious, but I will see.
And by the way, this concept is why I fucking hate 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey takes this concept, like... the whole power dynamic of Som and Dub and, slave, master, etc., and does it all wrong. Very, very wrong. Very unhealthily wrong. And that's why some people say, let people like what they like. No, sometimes there's an unhealthy perception that should not be promoted.
Yeah.
And 50 Shades of Grey is it. And that's why this makes me questionable. But again, I'm going to trust it to handle this concept in a healthy manner. Also, the fact that it has not been sexual makes me feel more at ease because I'm like, okay, yeah, there's the whole my puppy thing and the whole you're going to be my bride. But besides that, there's not if he were actively trying to horn in on her, I'd really not be okay with any.
I guess that's
of
what I could see that, and because he's kind of in the middle right now, and that's what's bothering me more is that he feels like a little sociopathic, and I don't like that.
But it is obvious that he likes her.
Yeah, it's obvious that he likes her, but it's just
but he likes,
I don't know.
What he likes is the potential.
Yeah,
her.
The potential that he sees.
Yeah,
and I guess that's ultimately he is trying to do this to her. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what Ben was saying is that she needs to choose.
She does need to be her own person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious because you guys didn't watch the prequel thing, and that's fine because it's garbage. I was
wow.
Yeah, it's terrible. How we've complained about the inconsistent pacing here, it is that, but way more so.
Huh.
It could have been one 20-minute episode instead of 3, and it should have been.
It covers her relationship with her mom or something, right?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It obliquely references that her mom was depressed and killed herself.
Okay, that's the thing that you told me about that I was you're all you need to know about it is her mom's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it deals some with the fact that she's been seeing spirits since she was a little girl.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the part that I kind of wish I'd watched it for because I want to see that. I want to see that development.
It's available on Crunchyroll.com.
Yeah. That's the thing. Me telling you, she's seen spirits since she was little. She doesn't know how to make sense of it, and it has alienated her from everybody else in her life. That could have been covered in the time it just took me to tell you that.
Yeah, that's mostly fair.
And they belabor it.
Yeah.
And also to an unrealistic extent, because, she's been passed from, foster home to foster home. Some relatives, it seems like, some not. And the whole time it's no, none of this is realistic. Why does nobody care that this young girl is clearly disturbed? Mm-hmm. Why is nobody even trying to give her the help that she so obviously needs?
Yeah.
It made it hard to relate to any of it.
Huh.
So I
understand.
Now that you're invested, I think going back to watch it would be fine. Mm-hmm. But as an introduction, it's terrible.
Interesting. Okay.
But that said, where was I going with this? There's a line, just a quick short line in the beginning, because it's told as a flashback after she's already in Elias' household, where he says, so, I'm going to be your magic teacher, but you are going to be my human teacher. And
okay.
And that is an interesting concept because they never go into what exactly is Elias.
Yeah.
I get the impression that when he says, I wish to make you my bride, I'm not sure if he totally understands the full context and weight of that statement.
That makes a lot of sense with what he's talking about. Okay, time for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to do a lot of this, which is where I get those sociopathic vibes.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to interact.
But luckily, and I'm happy about this, that while he is mildly sociopathic, he doesn't seem like he's a danger to other people.
He doesn't seem malicious.
Yeah. He's not cruel. He's not sadistic.
Yeah. He's obviously sees kindness and comfort and warmth. Mm-hmm. That he is so warm. That is the one thing about him that I really like is that he's very warm.
I got that by the end of the 3rd episode, but not the first 2.
Oh, but that's the thing.
Yeah, I grew into that understanding. When he came out of the shadow, and then it was I'm here to help you. I didn't leave. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's just always there is warmth there, but so far, and I hope to see this change. So far, it's always been in the most condescending, patronizing way possible.
Except for that part with the dragon. That's what I liked. Is because that was just an experience that she needed to have, and he kind of wasn't involved. So if this is just him going magic school bus, let's help you with this depression.
Also, very good in the first episode where he watches and waits to see what she's going to do, and she makes the decision of no.
Yeah.
No, I finally have what I want, and I'm not just going to throw it away because you're promising me this better thing. And he's coming in like, hey, good move. You did the right thing there.
That's true.
Like,
Yep.
that, again, I don't know. I like it. I'm hoping the next episode gives me something more to hang on to, because while it's interesting, so much to talk about, it's not drawing me in.
Yeah. Well, I think more than almost anything, like so many of these feel like foregone conclusions. I think this is one where the possibilities are still wide open, and I think that's probably a good place to leave it.
I think so too.
Yep. This was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to next week.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like being able to bullshit a lot.
I think this one's going to be the next ones are going to be shorter.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, you're getting like
Fewer
everyone's
shows,
getting
we'll see.
double length on these. I think since we're doing like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
all right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us for Anime FMK Unsnipped.
Snippet. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the inaugural premiere episode, first episode, pilot deedly-doo of Anime FMK Unsnipped. This was a lot of fun. I love talking with my beautiful co-hosts so much that I think we're going to do it literally every week for the rest of our lives until we die. And if that's something that you want to happen, please check out the Patreon. It is thanks to our beautiful, lovely, generous patrons that we can sit and talk about anime for a living. It's kind of the best, and you're kind of the best for helping us do it. Thank you so much, you guys. See you next week.